So, if you're a service provider or coach who wants to attract daily leads, but you don't want to have to post daily content in order to do so, and you don't want to be stuck launching in order to do so as well, this video is going to be for you because I'm going to share exactly how you are going to be able to attract daily leads with a very simple concept. But before I get into the concept, I want to make sure we're on the same page with two things. The first thing is, what do I mean by daily leads? Typically, when I say daily leads, the first thing that comes to mind for people is getting someone to fill out an application form or booking a discovery call or hopping on a sales call. That's not all I mean, because for a lot of our businesses, particularly mine, for example, a lot of us we don't take applications. A lot of us sell our high ticket services without even having to get on sales calls. I have had a lot of sales conversations in the DM, and it goes straight from the DM to the person checking out and then them onboarding as a client. And so because of that, I want you to look at what is counted as a lead differently than the average person. So one of the first things is, yes, someone filling out a contact form, booking a discovery call, filling out an application. Yes, that's counted as a lead, but also count leads as people who visit the sales pages for your services or your coaching program. That's another way that you need to count leads. You also should count leads as people who are in fact sliding into your DMs to have conversations with you, either about your offers because you posted some content, or they happen to just be inquiring about your offers. Then that needs to be someone that you're counting as a lead. So now I've given you 3 ways to count leads. And you also need to count leads as people who are signing up and registering for your lead magnet or getting on your email list. So that could be getting on your newsletter list or for any of your lead magnets that you have. And then the last thing is a little bonus way. And I don't count it as like a main thing that I'm looking at, but I do still kind of count people who are visiting the page for the lead magnets. Let me just give you an example of just one of the ways that you're probably like, that's not a lead. People visiting the sales page for your service or coaching program. Here's why I would count this as a lead, and I want you to take it from the perspective of if you were doing another form of marketing, this would definitely be someone that you would consider a lead. So if I were paying for ads and I was doing my first level of ads to get anybody to click on the link in the ad, and if my ad was pointing to my service page, I would want to know whoever actually clicked the ad to go view that service page. Whoever went to that service page, I would then want to do a retargeting ad, because that's going to be a hotter lead. I would want to do a retargeting ad to that person to then say, hey, I saw you saw this page. Did you forget to check out? Did you have questions? Like, I would want to do other ads, because that is better spend for my ad. That's a smarter way to invest my money, because I know if I'm comparing a cold lead that's never heard of my product or service to someone who's at least visited the sales page, that person who's visited the sales page is going to convert faster. Another example is if I'm sending email campaigns to my general email list, and then in that email, I link to my service page and I'm talking about the service in that email. And in the email list of 100 people, 2 people click the link to my service page. Those 2 people are now further along or more interested than the rest of those 100 people. I would want to put them in another sequence that says, hey, I saw you checked out this page, but you didn't book a discovery call or you didn't book the service. Do you have any questions? Let's hop on a call. Those are different quality leads than someone who visits your homepage. So you're going to count that as a lead because that matters. So that's the first thing. Let's all get on the same page about what counts as a lead. The second thing I want us to all get on the same page for is what I'm considering to be the foundation for where you should be putting your marketing content and your marketing efforts. There are 3 platforms for this, or 3 channels for this. The first channel needs to be you putting content on a platform that people can discover that content regardless if they're subscribed to or following you, and they shouldn't have to be. That means it needs to be a searchable platform. That means the content needs to sit on your website or sit on YouTube, and it can be discovered on Pinterest. It can be discovered on YouTube. It can be discovered from Google, Bing, or DuckDuckGo, whatever you're using for your search platform. That needs to be content that can be discovered from there. They don't have to subscribe. They don't have to follow, because if I'm doing a general search from Google and your blog post pops up, then fine, or your podcast episode pops up, then fine, I'm still going to find that content, and I didn't already need to be following you or on a specific platform to find that. That's important. And that's important because if you can't be active for whatever reason, or Instagram or TikTok is going away, for example, people still need to be able to find you. So it's important for you to have a searchable platform, content channel, or marketing content sitting on a platform that's searchable. The second thing is social media. And why social media? Because social media is actually something that can convert really, really fast. You can get a wide range of people who either already know you or don't know you, and you can convert those people just the same. And it helps you to build a community, and it can give you quick, immediate access to people, and it's very rare to do that if you're not leaving your home. And so for the sake of online businesses, or people who primarily spend a lot of time online and want accessibility to people all around the world, social media is going to give you that access and still allow you to network. And so that's why I say social media. And then the third thing you need is email, because once you capture these leads, you need a way to nurture that relationship until they purchase, and you want it to be in a way where you can control. You want to be in control of distribution. You can only control a few things, and one of the few things you can control is email, and you also own it. But also, besides controlling distribution, you can control who sees it, because you can tag and segment your list, and you can control who gets access to specific pieces of information and when they get access to that information. There's not very many ways that you can do that. And so that's why those are the 3 ways that I need you to market. And now, what you're here for, how do you attract daily leads without having to then post content on all those platforms every single day? Well, this concept is, I'm lovingly calling Inception, and kind of like the movie Inception, where they're having a dream within a dream within a dream. Your content needs to be marketing and leading people to either get on your email list, to book a discovery call, or, get your lead magnet, or to book your service, or to learn more about your service, or to get to your website, within content, within content, within content. And how this works, as an example, is, say I post a podcast episode, right? My podcast episode, in the episode itself, in the words that I say in the middle of the episode, at the beginning of the episode, at the end of the episode, I'm going to mention my service, and I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to say, and you can visit www.revolutionarysociety.com to learn more about my marketing membership. And people can go to revolutionarysociety.com and learn about my marketing membership. But in the show notes of that same podcast episode, I'm going to have the link to revolutionarysociety.com. So now there's an opportunity for people to go to my website to learn about Revolutionary Society. But in the show notes, I'm also going to probably promote a lead magnet or something free for people to look at when they go to my website. So now it starts from the podcast episode itself. It goes to the show notes. Now they're going to my website. When they get to my website, if they're there for 20 seconds or longer, there's going to be a pop-up that says, subscribe to my newsletter. And it's going to tell them why that newsletter is going to be really helpful. That's going to get them on my email list. So even if they don't buy my service, they've now seen my sales page for my offer and been offered to get my newsletter on a regular basis. If they don't sign up for that, it's okay, because there are so many other things that are there on my website to try to capture their contact information. If you scroll to the footer of my site, there's the thing for my newsletter. If you go to my homepage, the newsletter is there. The first 2 buttons say join my challenge or learn about my services. Everywhere on that site is trying to convert that person. The few times that I do post to social media, in the caption, I use Instagram, for example. On Instagram, the one post that I might post on my feed for the entire week might be a reel. And in that reel, I might say, and if you want to take my anti-launch lead generation system free micro class, just comment the word anti and I'll get you registered. That is set up with a mini chat automation that if they comment that word, like I said, we'll DM them the link and say, hey, let me get your first name and your email address and I'll register you. And once they give me that information, they get added to my email list and I send them the link to watch the masterclass. On that masterclass page, there's a button that says join Revolutionary Society. If they don't join, they're still getting emails saying, hey, I see you registered, watch the masterclass. And for the next 11 days, they're going to get emails from me nurturing that relationship. You get what I'm saying? Content within content within content within content. My social media account has my link in my bio with the links to my challenge, my membership, my free offer. Everywhere they go, no matter what they touch, whether they're subscribed or not, whether I posted yesterday or a month ago, everything that they touch from me is interconnected to drive them to either get on my list, grab my free resource, which gets them on my list, or buy my service. Inception takes 4 steps and it's 4 checkpoints that your content needs to go through. I'm not going to go through those 4 checkpoints here because I go through it for free in that micro class. It's called the Anti-Launch Lead Generating System. It's a 40-minute micro class that walks you not only through those 4 checkpoints that your content needs to pass in order for your content to have proper inception set up, but it also gives you an opportunity to audit your existing content to see where you might have gaps with inception. There's a bonus private podcast that at the end will walk you through a full framework to have all of your marketing platforms from website to social media, kind of like I just named all of my things. It walks you through how to have that entire system set up for yourself within 90 days. So make sure you register. You can either register by going to antilaunchclass.com or go to the description for this video and click the link to register for the microclass. Oh, and if you want to see what it's like to actually have daily leads, I had a client in my membership. My membership is called Revolutionary Society. It's a marketing membership where I help you in 90 days get set up a system, a marketing system, so that you can attract daily leads to your email list, your website, and your DMs without launching and having to post content daily. Anyway, inside of Revolutionary Society, one of the members was like, hey, I've been following my standard content schedule and I'm not seeing daily leads yet. Am I doing something wrong? And I said, no, let me walk you through and show you what it looks like, first of all, to track daily leads and what happens even when you're not posting. And I showed them behind the scenes of my own business for a week where I wasn't posting anything like I was supposed to, and how I was still getting all these leads from different sources and how many people were going to my website and which pages they were going to and where I assume they came from. And so I'm going to post, it's a long video though, it's like 20 minutes, but I'm going to post that video so you can see my full response and me showing how to check your own stuff. And I'll link that video as well in the description, and it'll pop up on the screen, where it lets you see another video that you should watch. I'll make sure that it pops up as one of the cards of videos to watch so that you can kind of see me walking through what it looks like to get those daily leads.